and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would just sit down with you and do my makeup. It's not going to be a tutorial because let's face it, I'm rubbish at tutorials and I'm not really a makeup artist. So all it's going to be is basically just me, it's just me showing you how I do my makeup on an everyday basis. Again, this is not a tutorial, so don't think I'm trying to show you like how to do it, because I'm not. I have tied my hair back because I find that doing my makeup with my hair down, it's really confusing because foundation just goes everywhere. It gets all through my hairline. It gets very messy. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna get my brushes. So the brush I'm gonna use for my foundation today is this Real Techniques buffer brush. Yeah, by Sam and Nick Chapman. This is one of my favourite brushes. I'm also going to go... Should I do concealer? Sorry, primer. I'm going to do some primer today. So sometimes I skip primer, others when I don't. So the primer I'm going to do today is the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. You'll also find that, unlike most makeup artists, I don't have all the tools I want out on my bench ready to use. That's because I just make it up as I go along. I just grab whichever one I feel like using. I don't just plan it all out like, you know, people like Zoella who they have like the everything in a line. But this primer, just the Kat Von D one, this is a really hydrating primer, and I really like it because it's nice and simple and it keeps my face nice and moisturized. I do tend to do quite a lot of concealer, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay if you do too much. I keep saying concealer, I mean to say primer. It's okay to do too much primer because you can just spread it all over your face. Yeah, don't mind the little head in the back corner there. That's just my lizard Fred. He might make a proper cameo in this video a bit later, but we'll see how we go. So I'm just spreading this all around my face, especially over my eyes and around under my chin. It does take up quite a long time. Also, I do want to apologise in advance. This might be a long video. I'm using my phone and I don't know how to edit, so this might be a long video. So I apologise in advance. Right, so my primer is done, so now I'm going to do foundation. And the foundation I'm going to do today is this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless one. I'm in the shade 120, which is Classic Ivory. You probably can't see that, but I do have quite a few foundations. But like I said, I just tend to use whichever one I'm feeling that day. I tend to... that was way too much. If we have too much... Okay, I'm going to have to try and do this. That was a bit too much foundation, so we'll see how we go. This foundation... Now, foundation is one of those tricky things for me, because they're always either too yellow or too orange. Like, I can never find one that is perfectly my shade. Like, as you can see now, even just putting it on my face, it's a bit yellow, but this is one of my favorite foundations. I tend to use a lot of full coverage and a lot of medium coverage. I don't use light coverage just because I don't know, I just feel like I don't like it as much. I like to really cover everything, and full coverage and medium coverage do that for me. Light coverage just doesn't really do much. I do sometimes put on too much foundation and I look a bit like ghostly. So I'm going to try not to do that today. So I don't want to look like a ghost. I just want to do enough to cover my face. I like to get it right up into the hairline, which some people don't like to do, but I like to do that. And then I blend it out. As you can see there, it's like Not fully in the hairline, but we're gonna try and get it as high as we can. It'll look different once I've taken my hair out. You won't be able to see it as much. Alright, let me just finish this. Alright. I like to really make sure my nose has a lot on as well, because my nose is my problem area. A lot of people have problem areas. As you can see now, I look quite ghostly. A lot of people have problem areas on their skin, which is like an area where their makeup comes off first. Mine is always under my nose. My nose is the first place it comes off. Okay. What I might do is I'm going to try and get this off my hand. I have a thing of wipes back here, so I just have boxes of wipes and stuff behind me because I don't want it to be, all over my hand. Alright, that's gonna do. Then I'm just gonna blend it out further, bring it under my chin a little bit more. Alright. So I really like to make sure I get it all over my face. Under my nose, under my nose, on my eyes. You are supposed to take it into your neck and blend it into your neck. But I never know how far down you're supposed to go. So I always end up getting it too far down and then it looks really weird. Like right now, so you have a big patch right under my chin here. Alright, that's gonna do. That will do for that. I also like to get it on my ears just because sometimes I find if my ears aren't the same colour, it looks really strange. Alright, so that's that. That's that. Right, next I'm going to do my concealer. I don't have nearly as many concealers as I do foundations, but it's still quite a lot. And I think I'm going to do my NARS concealer. This is my NARS Radiant Concealer in the shade Light to Vanilla. And just try and ignore this not shading as much as you can. Like I said, I'm not a professional artist. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to put this concealer under my eyelids like this. I'm just going to blend it out into this triangle form. Oh, hold on. Itch. I had an itch, sorry. Sometimes makeup makes my face itch. I don't know if it's just an allergic reaction to the chemical, if it's just a irritation from the chemicals or I'm actually allergic to it. I haven't had a serious rash yet. I just get like really itchy. Hopefully, it could probably also mean that makeup is expired or I haven't thrown it out yet. I don't really follow the guidelines of it. If it's really, really old, like more than 4 years old, I'll chuck it out. But apart from that, I just tend to still use it. Like this one I've probably been using for like 2.5 years and it's still fine. On the bottom of them, they do have the recommendations of how long they're supposed to last. So you can't really see, but there's a little jar on the bottom of this that says 6 months. Which means after 6 months, you have to chuck it out. Okay. Now I'm going to get my concealer brush. This is technically a contour brush, but I use it for concealer. Because I find it just works a lot easier. All I tend to do is I just rub it in circles to get it exactly how I want it. I'll let you guys see Fred. I'm just going to rub this a bit more onto my cheeks, under my eyes. Sometimes it will, because it is a paler colour than the foundation, sometimes it will stand out so you can see like a bit of a different match. That's okay. We'll do all the stuff to make it not stand out as much. And then on my forehead as well, I just kind of brush it out. You can see a big blob there. I don't really want that blob there, so I'm going to try and merge it around my face. Oh, the sun is now coming out. It was really cloudy before. It was really cloudy this morning. That's why I put on this long sleeve top because it was really cloudy this morning. But I think the sun is now coming out. Okay, next I'm going to do powder. And the powder I'm going to do, I'm only going to do a little bit of it because yeah. The powder I'm going to use, this is the one I've been using the most, even though I have like 4 other powders. So I get really itchy right about here. Let me just blend that back in. Yeah, okay. So the powder I'm going to use today is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, because I find it's the best one for my skin. And the brush I'm going to be using for this is actually not this one. I'm going to be using this one from this brush from Bobbi Brown. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's a Bobbi Brown brush. It's just a big angled powder brush. I'm just going to dip it into my powder. Ooh, I tend to like shake it off because you get a lot of product on there. Ooh, and then it all comes off and you have to put it back on your brush. Lovely. Just doing it a bit more. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush this all over my face. I do quite vigorously with this powder just because I want everything to stay in place. Because I really make sure that I go for the powder. I do a lot more powder than people do or normally recommend. That's just because I don't like it all coming off my face. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about this, guys. I just get really itchy nose, like right here. I don't know what is going on, but I've got a really itchy nose there. I might just have to leave that bit with no foundation on. That's gonna have to do. So I'm just gonna brush it around all over. This also helps it to stay, so it also helps the makeup not move throughout the day, which is good if you're doing a lot of stuff and you don't want it to move. On the nose, on the lips. Just brush it around, brush it around. I want to really make sure it's gonna sit. Hi, Dad. So I'm just gonna make sure it's gonna sit. Perfect. I apologise if you can hear that man talking about, that's my dad is to come home. He doesn't know I'm filming a video. Alright, next I'm going to do some blusher. So the blush I tend to use changes, but the blush I'm going to use today is this Hourglass one in the shade Mood Exposure. And the brush I am going to use is, if I can find it. I have a big brush thing here and it's so jam-packed with brushes that sometimes I can never find the one I want. Here we go. Found it. Alright, so the brush I'm going to use is this one from BH Cosmetics. I have the purple version and I have a couple of these pink ones. So I'm just going to swirl it in the blush. I do like to get quite a lot of product on it. Tap it off and then I just go on the apples of my cheeks here. I've only done like 3 things and I've already been filming for 14 minutes. Like I said, this is going to be a long video. I do apologise. So once again, just tap it off, swirl it on. When you see the visible signs of the colour approaching, like that, then we change sides. I also have 2 other mirror setups. I have one behind me, which is just like a classic normal ring light that I don't have to attach my phone to. And then I have a big like vanity one with like a massive mirror and like lights that I've attached onto it. But that light is too yellow, so I don't like to use that as much anymore because I find that white light is better. I'm just gonna turn you up a bit. Oh, that's not, oh no! Let's turn it down a bit. There we go. I mean, yeah, turning it off also works, but if you want to get the full experience, this is this. Okay, now I'm going to do a highlight, and the highlight I'm going to use today is this Soph X Revolution. It's this Revolution makeup with in collaboration with Soph, who's a British YouTuber. It's just a collection of like different powders. And the brush I'm going to use for this one is this one by Models Prefer. I have taped it because it did fall apart. And the one I'm going to use today is, actually I'm not going to use, yeah. The one I'm going to use today is just a little bit of this purple one, just to match my shirt. I'm just going to do a light little tap with the brush. Because this is really pigmented, I don't want to do too much. And then I'm just going to put it above my cheekbones here. And then you can see it's very, very, very pigmented. Like that, look at that. That was like 2 brushes and it's already on my face. I'm going to do a little bit extra because I do like to have my highlight quite blinding. I know a lot of people don't really like to have a blinding highlight. But I love a blinding highlight. So my one downfall though is blending highlight. I can never blend it, and so it always like stands out. So it's like, it's not like blended, it's just like a harsh line. So my one downfall, I think in general, is blending makeup. And I can never get it to look perfectamundo. But I can get it as good as I can get it, which is the main thing. And then I put a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, not too much. Alright, that's that. Itchy nose, just try and ignore that as much as you can. Oopsies. Okay, now what am I going to do? Now I'm going to, also please ignore my hair. I did brush it and I put it up, but it's just still got little strands poking out. Okay, now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I know this is kind of a weird step, but I kind of do my brows first. So I'm going to get this little, oh my gosh. Apologise guys, I just have really itchy nose. I'm going to get this brow brush. I'm just going to comb my brows to the shape. Now I don't thread or do anything to my brows. I just leave them alone. I don't fill them in like how people not do with the powder. I just use a brow mascara, which I know some people might find strange, but
Hello.
Hello, I'm just filming a video.
Ah.
So I'm gonna get this brow mascara and put it into my brow. This brush. There will be that will have to stay in the video, I'm afraid, because I said I don't know how to edit, so I don't know how to edit that out. It's just gonna have to deal with that rude interruption. So I'm just gonna brush it to my brows like this nicely. The key to here is to not go too heavy, because my brows are already quite dark compared to my normal hair color. My normal hair color is blonde. My eyebrows are like a dusty dark brown, so you don't want to go too harsh with them. That's fine. Then I have to roll it up. Then I'm going to, once again, unitch my nose. Alright. Next we're going to do our what's it called? Eyeshadow primer. But before we do that, we need to also decide, before we put this on, we need to decide on the palette we're going to use today. And I think I'm going to use today, one second, I'm going to duck out of view for a second. I'm just looking for a palette that I'm going to use. I'll be back. I think I'm going to use Okay. I'm going to use the gingerbread spice palette today. Looks like this. It's really... Oh, actually, no. I'm going to use the pumpkin spice palette today. That's what we're going to do. I'm using this pumpkin spice one from Too Faced. Looks like this. Very pretty colours. This is the one I'm going to use today. So then I get my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I'm just going to blotch it. Well, I do put that is quite a lot. I did not mean to do that much, but hey, we'll just go with it. And then dab it out onto my eye like this. I'll just dab it out. That looks good. Perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna let that dry just for a second. And we're gonna decide what colour we're gonna use. Alright, so the brush I tend to use is this one, just because I feel like it works the most, but I'm actually gonna change it today. I'm going to use a slightly different brush. The brush I'm going to use today is... yeah, I'm just gonna use the brush that I always use, which is this one. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to get one other little brush and I'm just going to blend this in a bit more. Alright, that's good. Alright, so that's drying. So now we're going to get our palette. And I think the shade I'm going to use today is the shade I'm going to use the shade Love You a Latte, which is this one in the middle here. It's going to match my top. It's going to be like purple and purple. Just going to shake it up a bit. And I'm just going to dab it on. Oh, it's like a brown colour. That's alright. I can't talk while I do this section, so I do apologise for this awkward silence. I'm just going to sweep it across my eyes. And under my eye as well. I'm not the best at eyeshadow, so this is gonna probably look terrible, but I do apologise in advance. I did tell you guys I'm not a professional makeup artist, so you were warned before you clicked on this video. Oh, that looks way too dark actually. What have I done? That looks way too dark. That's way too dark. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the other side. That's just how it's going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to have to deal with this darker colour today. I did apologise for this darker colour. If you guys want to skip forward a little bit, you can. That's absolutely fine, because this stage always takes the most amount of time, I find. Because I always want my eyes to look really good, so I try to do them really well before I move on, so this stage might take a few minutes. As I can't edit. I don't know how to edit, so I don't want you guys to be stuck sitting here watching 20 minutes of eyeshadow application. You can skip forward to the last stages if you want to. Or if you like watching me sit here in silence, which I know some people prefer. You can just happily watch. You can get coffee, do your laundry, and then when you hear me talking again, hallelujah. Also, how has everyone's lockdown been? I'd love to know. I know that not everyone at the moment is in lockdown. If you're in Queensland, I don't think you're in lockdown there. If you're in Victoria, you'll be fine. I don't have any international viewers, as I haven't reached the whole world yet, which is absolutely fine. I know it's going to take time to build up a following. As long as some people enjoy my videos, that's all I care about. If no one enjoyed my videos, that'd be disappointing. I'm just gonna brush this in. Oh, if you heard that shake in the background, I don't know if you heard that, but that was my dog. So because the eyes are quite dark, I'm gonna do a light lipstick. That's generally the rule. If you do like a bold eye, you do a pale lip, or if you do a pale lip, you do a bold eye. So I just bring this under my eyes. Okay, that's gonna do. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this part. This either make or break the look, so I'm not expecting this to work, but we'll see if it does. Is I'm going to find a little brush that I don't seem to have here. Is it here? Ah, here it is. Found it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this white peach palette. I'm going to get a little bit of this peach ice color down here, just this really pretty glittery white. And I'm going to dab this in the inner corner just to bring a bit of life back to the look. A lot of people will blend this into the eye. So I'm going to try to do, but as I said, blending is my downfall, so it's not going to look as good as it could. Alright, now I'm going to get a proper blending brush and I'm going to blend this darker, this out to make it a bit lighter. Some days I'm really good at my eyeshadow. And I actually do it really well. Every now and then you will get off days, and that's absolutely fine. Off days are how we learn. So this might not look as good as I've normally done it. This is not as good as I've normally done, but it will do. I think that's gonna have to do. See if I can get a bit more. That's gonna have to do, everyone, isn't it? Alright, I'm just gonna blend this out. I do always get a little bit of fallout, but I don't tend to mind fallout. This eye is not as big as it could be. So I'm going to try and get some more colour into it. Alright, that's going to do. So sometimes I can get them both to look really good. Other times they don't look as good. Like one eye will be better than the other one. This one's a bit darker. I'm going to try and make this side a little bit darker as well. Just by blending the colour onto it. Just by dabbing the colour on. Bringing it under the eye line. Alright, that's going to have to do for that. That's going to have to do for that. I can't really get looking much better. Alright, so now we take our hair out. It does look messy, but I apologise. I did brush it. If you don't believe me, I did brush it. I'd probably have brush it again, but alright, that's gonna do for eyes. So now for lips. As I said, it's quite, they're not that bold, so we can probably go for a slightly bold colour on the lips. Because the eyes aren't that bold. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to go for a slightly dark colour. It's too dark. What we do this colour? No. Now they are quite dark, aren't they? So we don't want to go too far. So we're just going to get what colour should we do? I think we'll do, okay, the colour I'm going to do today for my lips is Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the shade Bombshell. I do apologise for my hair. I have brushed it. I might just put on a little bit of lip balm if I can find where I put it. I'm gonna put on a little bit of this designer brand's lip balm. Yes, I know my eye is not the best, but we're gonna have to go with it. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Right, so I'm gonna let this dry. I'm taught to use a little brush to dry it, so that I can get it even. Alright. Now, this is also one of my weaker points, so I'm going to try and do this very carefully. Alright, that's good for the top row. I like to make my lipstick quite thick. I don't know why. Alright, that's gonna do. That will do for that. That's looking pretty good. That's just a peach kind of coloration with the darker brown. I might just give it a bit more of a blend just to make it not as harsh. I thought it was going to be like a nice purple colour to match this. It might just be like a dark kind of lilac, like a smoky lilac. This colour would be great for a smoky eye. Alright, we've done that. So now what I'm going to do, no. I was going to add some eyeliner, but I think that's going to be, I was going to add a little cap flick, but I think that's going to be too much. So I'm going to leave all of that. And mascara, should I do mascara? Or should I do some lip gloss? I'm not going to do any lip gloss, because I think that's going to be too much as well. So I might just do some mascara. And the mascara I think I'm going to do today is, yeah, this one. Sorry about that. It's Maybelline Lash Sensational Waterproof Full Fan Effect. Now, same with other stuff, I sometimes get this on my eyelid, so we'll see how we go. I know a lot of different people I know there are a lot of different techniques for applying mascara. A lot of people bring the wand to the eye and blink. I tend to just do it up the lash myself, which I think is how a lot of people do it. Now, if you've been following my Instagram, you might have seen a look that I did the other week with my rainbow eye. That was actually the first time I've ever done a rainbow eye. And I decided to do it over a Zoom call with my cousin who lives in Queensland. Oh, sorry about that. But that was the first time we ever really tried that, and that was really fun. If you guys want to see like a FaceTime makeup thing, I can do that. Just leave a comment down below or comment on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, I'll put it in the description. Now, I like to make my eyelashes quite long, quite clumpy. I know a lot of people don't like clumpy mascara, but I really love clumpy mascaras. There's just something about them that I really like. I can never really get the really inside bits. Also, the bottom bits I tend to drop on my bottom lash. So I know there are some bottom lash mascaras. Maybe I should invest in those. That's good. See, it is quite clumpy, but that's how I like it. I don't really like it smooth. I like the kind of clumps. Also, I hold my breath and I open my mouth when I do mascara. What do you guys do? Do you guys open your mouth like this? Ooh, lipstick on my teeth. Do you guys open your mouth to do it, or do you not? This one's also, I think, dried up. I have some other ones, so I might have to get that one out. I think this one's dried up. There are some that I will consent to, like mascaras every 3 months. That's why women spend so much money on cosmetics. Because everything expires after a few months and they have to replace it all. Nice long. Alright, that's done. So now the last thing I'm going to do is oops, that's not the right drawer, so I'll put it back later, is some setting spray. So I have a few options I can use for this. I have a, what is this? So I have a few options. I have this Smashbox Primer Water. I have this all-nighter setting spray, or this all-nighter matte one. I don't know if I should use ultra matte one. Maybe I should use it. what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up this one. This is my regular one. I'm going to use up my regular all-nighter setting spray, and then I'm going to go onto this matte one. Cause I definitely want to try this matte one, but I'm going to do this one first. So for this stage, I actually turn on the fan because it tends to go everywhere when I spray myself. So I'll be right back. So I have my fans on, see it up there, you can see the reflection. For this stage, I'm also going to put, for this stage I also tend to put my hair back just a little bit. I normally do keep my hair up the whole way, but I thought it looked nice if I took it out today. I'm kind of oops, so it's inappropriate. This kind of matches my shirt a little bit. Like, it's kind of like a nice combination. It's like a dusty pink. It's like a dusty mauve, then a peach, and then a purple. It kind of looks good. Alright, so I'm going to spray it. I'm going to spray it on my face, but I'm going to spray it away from the camera. So I close my eyes to do this. It always stays on a bit longer than usual, so I'm always scared that it does sometimes go in my eyes, so I need to keep my eyes closed the whole time. And yes, I do quite a lot of spraying, and then I'm just going to keep my eyes closed just to let it all sink in, because sometimes I find if I open my eyes too early, it'll really hurt my eyes. So I'm just going to keep them closed and look up at the fan, just to let it sink in. Okay, that's good. Good. I'm just going to put a little bit under my chin, a bit where my nose is. My nose always comes off first. And just down by my ears. I'm just going to do another little bit. Just want to really make sure it stays in place. Okay, we're good. That's the first time it didn't go in my eye as well. So that's a big accomplishment. Alright, hair out. I like to take my hair out after each step. Normally I have a hairbrush with me. 1 second. That was a bit longer than a second, but you get the idea. You can fast forward to now. I'm just gonna brush my hair, try and get rid of all these crinkles. So it's also sort of a chit chat, get ready with me video if you think about it. It's just a chatty makeup tutorial. Just a chatty makeup look today. That's what I'm gonna title this video. Just a chit chat makeup, a chatty makeup look today. Alright, so that's how I've done that. I've made makeup on my teeth, but I don't mind that. Alright, that's good. Alright, well that is the look for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be posting more videos in the future. I've had a lot of stuff I've had to do, so I've completely forgotten to do my videos. But I will be doing more videos in the future. I'll be doing, if you want to see videos that aren't just about makeup, then please tell me. I can do keeper talks about Fred. Oh, speaking of Fred. Here's Fred. Here's Fred. You might have seen him in a previous video. Here's Fred. I've also got another one called Mango. He might appear in a later video. Please don't think I'm cruel. I accidentally dropped him. Please don't think I'm cruel to him. I'm not. I just grabbed him too fast and I wasn't holding him correctly, so he dropped. But he landed on my legs. He didn't land on anything. He didn't hurt himself. He's fine. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow my Instagram account. You can follow my makeup one or my main one, or even Fred's. I'll leave that in the description as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.